Hello everyone, but especially to Wilson in Houston, Texas. See More Better here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, but call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. When I cut the Zeiss Photo Fusion Blue lenses with Duravision Platinum for the Oakley 8166, size 54, color 02, polished clear. Of course, this is also known as the wheelhouse frame. I am an authorized Oakley dealer. I do not have all the pictures of the frames with prices on my website yet, so if there's a frame you want or lenses for a frame you want, just go to the contact me page and I'll get your price and availability once you let me know what frame, model number, size, and color. If you really want to be nice, upload a picture of your prescription and your pupillary distance, and I can tell you everything that you need to know to get glasses from me, to get Oakleys from me. But before I begin, I want to give a shout out to Wilson's wife, Rhea, who is a nurse at Houston's Methodist West Hospital. That meme going around social media now, not all superheroes wear capes. Ain't that the truth? She is on the front lines battling any health condition we have going on, but especially right now during this coronavirus. It is Thursday, March 26th, and we are not to the worst of it yet, so everyone hunker down. My state just issued a shelter-in-place order, but I've got 2 exemptions. I'm healthcare plus I am mail order, so no one's walking in, so I can still come in and work. Zeiss, my wonderful team at Zeiss, I couldn't work without them. Their customer service department is working from home. They gave everyone laptops. When I call the 800 number to place orders, it goes straight to their numbers are forwarded to people at their homes. They wire everything to the labs, and they're spread out. They're trying to do the 6-foot minimum things. Things are taking a little bit longer, but they are getting done. So I do not plan to stop. I'm going to come in every day, get all the orders shipped. I apologize to anyone out there if everything's taking a little bit longer, but let me begin. Let me take out the Oakley 8166. How dare me? It's been one of the. Can we just take 2020, the year 2020, unplug it and plug it back in and see if it's any better this time around? But it comes in a little hard shell case. This is the frame inside of the carrying bag, which doubles as a cleaning cloth. Take the frame out of the original packaging, and of course it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And of course this is the wheelhouse. Hopefully you can see that on the frame, and of course everyone else, hopefully you can see that 8166. This is color 02, which is the polished clear in the 54 eye size. And I'm almost wearing its cousin. I'm wearing the 8149 Pitchman R Carbon polished clear color 3 on this one. Crystal front with the carbon fiber temples. He's got the crystal front with the charcoal black temples. Alright, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. We both have the Zeiss Photo Fusion Blue lenses, and he's got Duravision Platinum. I went with the Blue Protect on this because I just wanted to try it out. It's my first lenses with that. So I programmed this shape into the computer. You were Secret Agent 2573. The reason why I did that is years from now, should you ever need new lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home and you'll see how to put them in. This is how you take the lenses out, pull up on the top of the frame, push outward on the lens, it pops right out. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker and hit the start button. Little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy any genuine, authentic Oakley frame that I sell and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so you will get reimbursed for any out-of-network reimbursements you may have. You are also welcome to use health savings account Flex Dollars, of which you will get a full reimbursement with that. Now, my website takes PayPal. PayPal does not accept Flex cards, so just go to the Contact Me page of the website, get the phone number, call me up with a credit card in hand, and I can take your payment over the phone, get you the itemized receipt that you will get the full reimbursement for. So, that is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting. Don't believe me? There it is. So let's move on to the next screen. Your pupillary distance is 32 for each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to tap the minus button one time. It's going to come down in 0.5 millimeter increments and get to 32. I do want to raise the optical center height up 2 millimeters, and we're going to cut that at 22. I'm going to go 2 above center. 22 millimeters. That's for my own permanent record. Now your right eye reads -1/4, -1/4 at 2, -1/4, -1/4 at 2. Let's put make sure everything's on 0, laser it in, put it on -1/4. Take the lens out of the protective packet that it comes in, along with some stickers that I don't need. Take that, I'm going to rotate the lens until the spherical component comes into view first. Just make sure the lens is centered. Check your astigmatism correction. That's good, and I'll explain what all that means in just a little bit. I just want to get everything centered perfectly. Put 3 dots on your lenses. Uno, dos, ocho, and that is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left. -1/4, -1 at 180, -1/4, -1 at 180. In fact, I always like to highlight everything. Let me do it. Your right eye is -1/4, -1/4 at 2. We're going to do that. These are, of course, you're going to make sure you get the original packets. It says Zeiss Vision Spherical 1.59 Photo Fusion Blue. Highlight that for the right lens. The DP stands for Duravision Platinum, just under that, and of course your prescription that is there. Do the same thing for the left. -1/4. And of course this is the right lens. Of course it says right, but I always like to write it on there. This is the left lens. Now if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, you know I had to say that. Alright, let's take the left lens out. Spin the axis wheel to 180. Oh, you know what? I was never on 2. Look at me. Look at me. Shame on me. Let's spin the axis wheel to 2. Now we can put it on -1/4. I'm glad I caught that. I am glad I caught that. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. If things get any worse, we'll be cooking with solar stoves. Okay, we are good to go. Now let's put those 3 dots on there. Did I mention I'm a licensed optician? I went to school to learn how to do this. I learned out of school to double check myself before things go wrong. Now we're going to turn the 2 degrees to 180. That's what threw me off when I was going to turn the axis wheel to 180. I'm like, what's it doing on 65? Still keep it on -1/4. Actually, I didn't have to rotate the lens much. The spherical component came into view first. Check the astigmatism correction. I'll explain what all that means later. I can tell you that if it's dark when you close your eyes, you may need glasses one day. If you're sleepy when you wake up, you're definitely going to need glasses one day. Are you hungry right before you eat? Oh yeah, you're going to need glasses. And again, that's the left lens. If y'all need me to recap any of this, I'm going to do it again. So, alright, the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. I have 2 R's on here because it's from the Department of the Redundancy Department. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I need to get 2 blocks, which I will attach to your lens. I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, my last 2. Ignore this roll down here. These are my last 2. Don't be looking at this. I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But I'm going to pull the stickers away. The black side is the sticky side. Line this up on that. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. That silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Get everything laid out perfectly. That blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that and inset. So, I always like to make sure the lens is large enough to fit, and it is. Get everything lined up, hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is the same as the right, so I don't have to do anything. The left lens has mirrored the right. Same optical center height of 22. Get everything lined up in there just perfectly. Make sure the lens is large enough to fit, and it is. Hit that button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. Now we can come down here. This is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter, then you can cut your own lenses at home, and you won't need this guy who's prone to make mistakes with the two thumbs to do it for you. But the actual cutting wheel, I catch myself when I make mistakes though. The actual cutting wheel is this diamond crusted wheel that's going to grind away your lens material until it's the final size. This wheel in the center is going to that has the channel, that little valley in there. That's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. I want to wake up the computer. This is job ID number 2573. 2573, or as I like to say, installment 2573 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. Make sure you watch all 330 million volumes, because there's a surprise ending coming. Spoiler alert, you're gonna want to see it. So these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to put one on the rear concave surface of the lens. Press the sticker on there firmly, place the magnet. Now the magnet's going to do its job its second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck, or by now you know I like to call it the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. And I'm going to keep telling that joke until everyone, all 330 million people in this country, send me $1. Then I'll come up with a new joke. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by the two wide styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens. Where's that right lens? Look at that, look at that. And measuring the thickness of the lens at every point on the second go around, knowing where to place the bevel for the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which you will have none. I will be making that. Where do I find the courage to make such a statement? But with your prescription in this frame, you will have no edge thickness. Now the water that you see flickering in the background, that's there to catch the optical sawdust. If this lens ever touches down on the cutting wheel, there will be optical sawdust. But polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto the lens for the cutting cycle, unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex that do cut wet, meaning that water sprays on the lens the entire time. Now water will spray onto your lens, but only to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edge of your lenses. As I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high-impact ballistics grade lens material, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones in their own Oakleys to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. In fact, Zeiss has more UV protection than any other brand out there. It goes up to 400 nanometers. Other companies stop at around 380. In fact, it's so precise, Zeiss has partnered with the American Cancer Society because they have the most UV protection possible. Now you also have about 30 to 40% blue light protection built into the lens just because of the photochromic nature of this. You have the Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare, which is Zeiss's premium anti-glare coating. It's comparable to Crizal Sapphire, but except it's $40 less. Zeiss is $99.99 and the Crizal Sapphire is $139.99. That's a lot of 99s. I need to change the prices on the website. What do y'all think? So water has begun spraying onto the lens, so it tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. Speaking of which, as things get slower during this coronavirus, now would be a good time to do it. I have been making let's not do that. I've been making a rubber band ball with all the lenses come wrapped in rubber bands, and I just throw them into this box, well, into here, and then into this box when this got full. Should I ever really need to shelter in place, or since it's slow during the days, I'm going to catch up on this and wait till you see. So leave a comment in the comment section below and tell me what you're going to spend your time doing. For those of you who aren't going to work and having to hunker down, those not raising kids, everyone's realizing how important doctors and nurses are, as well as teachers. Those teachers are very valuable now for anyone who's having to homeschool. They know everything about it. Teachers are going to get a raise when this is over with, same as nurses. So we're going to tuck this in at the outside corner, push down the nose, it snaps right in. We're going to flip this over to L, which is Latin for not right. Place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. Or today I should call it the Wilson, but I'm not. I'm calling it the Rhea, because Rhea is what's holding everything together. They're at Houston's Methodist West Hospital. Man, we need to pray for all our medical staff out there. They're dealing with a crisis we've never seen in our lifetimes, not in 100 years. So you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the left lens this time, measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel for the best cosmetic look possible. But you know what, folks, we are going to get through this. It's something we've never seen, but you know what's really great is we're all in the same boat. No one is faring any better than anyone else. No one's being left out, no one's being picked on. We're all suffering equally. And that great American tradition of finding a way to happen. Sadly, in this country, we are great at dealing with crises, although that's actually good. Sadly, we cannot predict anything about the future and prepare for it, but we're great at dealing with crisis. If little Timmy falls in a well, we figure out a way to get him out. Of course, the soccer team from Thailand who got trapped in the cave, and the U.S. divers went in there and got him out. If only, of course, there's nothing we can do to prepare for the Thailand, but even here, I wish we could figure out a way to prevent Timmy from falling in the well, so we wouldn't have to figure out a solution to that problem. We're going to turn the axis wheel back to 2, check the power of the lens, and I am getting -1/4. You don't believe it's -1/4? Look, there's the minus symbol right there in the red. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0, which we in the optical industry call Plano. In Texas, they call that a city. That's right, Houston, you call Plano a city. But it goes in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. You're on the first rung of a ladder. You have the smallest amount of nearsighted correction you can have, so you now have the smallest amount of far-sighted correction that you can get in a prescription, -1/4. Now, once everything is the correct size, with your glasses off, everything is ever so slightly larger than it appears, so it will shrink it down by 1 step, 1 minification to make everything the correct size. You have 1 step of astigmatism correction. In your right eye, your left eye, you have a full diopter, 4 steps. But now, 1 step and 1 step, you're on the second rung of a ladder. And uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 2. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So for the right eye, we turn it to 2. Now your left eye, again, same amount, the smallest amount of far-sighted correction you can have, but a full diopter of astigmatism correction. But let's check the astigmatism correction here. We're going to end up at -50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1, because you add 2 like signs together. But let's use today's term. Someone borrowed a quarter from you, then they borrowed another 25 cents. They would owe you 50 cents. That's where we're at, 50 cents in the red. Now, left eye, same amount of far-sighted correction, but we should end up at -1/4 for the left eye at 180. So let's check that now. Take the lens out of the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Rhea. Tuck that in at the outside corner, press down at the nose, it snaps right in. Pull the block away, use my hand-approved drying method, back of the hand, little bit of forearm drying action there. Yeah, good, just rub stuff all over my body during the scare. By the way, do I mention that I send everything out and rub everything down in alcohol before shipping, as well as optical grade acetone? Been doing that for years. Once I'm done, the camera's turned off, the video's uploading, I wipe everything down with alcohol. I'll even do the case this time, just to make sure everything is nice and safe. Dry everything off a little bit more, put it in over that black dot, turn the axis wheel to 0, which will be played by 180 tonight. Read the power, knock my pen off. We're getting -1/4 in the red. Pluses are in the black. It's like roulette. Minuses are in the red. Let's check your full diopter of astigmatism correction. We're now at 1/4. Going away from 1 towards 2, -1/4. This is known as final inspection. I'm just inspecting the glasses that it is the correct prescription. Now you would think that 002 and 180 are very far apart. They're not. Again, a straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. Your right eye, you're at 2. I won my $2. Anyone old enough to remember that movie? But your left eye is 180, which is over here. Now, 0 and 180 are the same number. I don't know why they don't just use 0, but they do use 180 to avoid confusion. Even though on the lensometer it's marked as 0, we pronounce it as 180. So you're at 2 degrees for your right eye. You're literally at 0 degrees for the left. So you're only 2 degrees of separation from your prescription and Kevin Bacon's prescription. So now this Oakley frame, the 8166, sells for $187. The Photo Fusion Blue is $99.99, and the Duravision Platinum is $99.99 as well, for a total of $386.98 tax-free. The reason why I say that and point that out is now a lot of people are having to charge tax on the internet. I am not. I am in North Carolina, and there is no tax on medical devices in North Carolina, so they consider glasses a medical device. What a stretch. Where do they find the courage to do that? So that's why there's no tax on eyeglasses for anything I sell. So take that out. Now the last part of the final inspection, measure your pupillary distance and the optical center. 32 for your right eye, 32 for your left, for a total of 64. Optical center height of 22. Turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 64 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the plastic. It's going to be 22 millimeters. That is cut perfectly. That is cut perfectly. So this, as I mentioned, this is known as final inspection. As I mentioned, I am a licensed optician. I went to college for this. I offer a VIP service, a premium VIP service, to have a licensed college graduate who's going to do every aspect of your lenses. Is going to interpret your prescription when you mail it to me. Is going to order the right type of lenses with the same curvature as your frame to give you the widest field of view as well as the best cosmetic look possible. I'm not just a machine operator. I'm the only person, as far as I know, the licensed optician that cuts every pair of lenses that gets shipped worldwide, that does the final inspection, that's going to email you, that's going to take pictures of the frame with the tracking number. There are cheaper people out there in other countries. There's always going to be a race to the bottom. That's why I offer a premium VIP service when you want something made right the first time. I laugh at myself for catching how I dotted the right lens up incorrectly, but I caught that. So that's the great thing of live TV. Of course, the other thing, the old saying, I know you're in Houston, but Tom Landry, who is the coach of the Dallas Cowboys, said a champion is not the person who's been winning all game. It's just the person who's winning at the end of the game. And that's what it is. I may have seen a flaw in my work. I caught it in time, and now these are perfect before everything gets shipped. Nothing has to get reordered. Welcome to live TV. Welcome to how I catch myself. I joke around a lot, do a lot of things, but I am paying attention to what's going on. Wait, who is this? What glasses are these? No, but anyway. Okay, so this is the portion in every video that I explained that when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different. I can show you in just a moment. I'm part of that 80%. But because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local place, tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. They'll know what to do. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, of course, those don't do it either. These have pilot temples, which I'll show you, but these are spatula temples. You can imagine where it looks like a spatula there. And I want to take my Ray-Bans off and press down on the counter. They wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Now, this is what's known as the pilot temple. It's straight. If you can imagine a World War II fighter pilot, this is where the term originated. If they're wearing a helmet, a hard helmet in the cockpit, they can slide these on and off, whereas the Ray-Ban aviators that have a temple like this that curves behind the ears, they would have to take the helmet off to do that. So that's why Ray-Ban came up, and all older glasses back then used to have a pilot temple. It also means now these probably, I know my carbon fibers cannot be bent down, but these can be brought inward here using heat. Right there, you can do that. Have any optician who's doing this for you remove the lenses, apply heat to the hinge. You can either use your hands, the table like that, or a pair of, I can barely see it, there's single padded pliers. That means it's only padded on one side versus, everything's a blur to me, double padded pliers. But once it's heated up, the metal goes on the inside, plastic on the outside, and then you can just turn it inward the opposite. To loosen it, you would pull it outward once it's heated up. But alright, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Oh, that's mo better. Flip that over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do. I send out instructions on how to care for not only your frame and lenses, but for the premium microfiber cloth that I provide, your Oakley cleaning cloth, your Zeiss cleaning cloth, and instructions on how to care for your case, so it too will last you for years. No other seller does it on the internet, I am told. I also field test every cleaning cloth to make sure that it works. So Wilson, when you get this in the mail and you see the wrinkle in there, you know that it works. What else was I going to say? Oh, I also send out a selfie request in every package. And actually, I would love to have two, if you don't mind, Wilson. One with them clear indoors, one with them outside where you can see the blue lenses in here. That's going to look awesome. Also, if you would occasionally, if you post selfies, if you would occasionally tag me using the @ symbol free prescription lenses, that'll be great. It'll go straight to my Instagram account or Twitter or Facebook, whichever ones you use, and help everyone see the great work that I do. So I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. This is what they look like indoors. And now I'm going to turn them dark. As you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for photochromic transition lenses to darken, a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now this is important, everyone pay attention. All photochromic transition lenses will turn dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks they're exposed. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, if you have the PhotoFusion Extra Gray or the Transitions Extra Active in gray or brown, they will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. Now, if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, all lenses will darken. And as soon as you step out of your car, they will. And of course, as I keep talking, you'll see these turning back to virtually clear. But the other thing I was going to mention, all photochromic transition lenses are temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work much better when it cools off. You can see how nice that looked, that crystal with the blue. I have the same thing in mine. In fact, let me go ahead and activate mine while these are still going. And to show you a before and after picture, that blue is really nice. In fact, Zeiss invented the photochromic lens. They also invented the anti-glare treatments that are on lenses. But Zeiss had the Transitions Generation 8 technology first. They had the blue first, and now everyone else is trying to play catch up doing that. You can see what mine look like. That's what these look like about a minute ago in that crystal front. And mine are going to play catch up as they lighten. Put mine back on so I can see. Is everything dark blue in here for you guys? Can you see that? Does that look cool when you, that blue feature? Or is that just really distorted because you're looking through my prescription? Alright, let me put mine back on. But yeah, so that quickly, it's almost back to clear. But do me a favor, not only like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Click the bell icon so you'll get future notifications of the different lens and frame combinations as they become available, as I publish them. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. If you have any questions about which Oakley frame you may want, just go to the Contact Me page of the website. Again, tell me which model number, size, and color you want. Again, if you really want to be nice, upload a picture of your prescription, tell me your pupillary distance, let me know what lenses you want. I'll check on price and availability from Oakley. I can tell you the lens cost immediately right then, and you can decide if you want me to email you a PayPal invoice so we can get going. If you have your own Oakley frames, You can mail them to me. As I just charge $49.99 as a fee for when you have your supply your own frames. You don't pay any of that. You get free prescription lenses when you buy the frame from me. All the upgrades are still available if you mail me your frame or if you go with mine. I can do polarized. I can do polarized with a mirror coating. I can do the transitions. Transitions extra active with one of the 6 mirror coatings: silver, gold, green, blue, red, or pink. And of course, no prescription too tough. I can do it all. Thanks for watching. Wilson and Houston, Texas. Thank you so much for the purchase of the Oakley 8166 wheelhouse, size 54, color 02 polished clear. This frame comes in a few colors. Big special thank you to his wife Rhea, again, who's working at the Houston Methodist West Hospital, for all she's doing as a nurse right now. And you have earned your cape. You are everyone's superhero this week, this month, this year. So thanks again for all you do. Thanks for watching. And now hopefully everyone else has got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.